be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Operation Dread Factor. I'm Camille Salazar-Hadaway, here to unveil everything that's coming in Year 8, Season 2 of Rainbow Six Siege. We've got a new operator, new map rework, and a lot more to cover. But first, here's Creative Director Alexander Karpazes with an overview of the season and some roadmap.
Okay, all right. Appreciate the new subscribers, man. Brandon, ciao.
Welcome to Operation Dread Factor. This is introducing a new operator, Fenrir, hailing from Sweden, who's joining the Red Hammer squad.
Fenrir?
He's bringing with him the idea of fear to the battlefield. This is a mechanic that we've been working on for a long time, and we finally made it work. And we're happy to introduce him to the rest of the operators. On top of this, we have a big, long overdue map rework for Consulate. We hope you enjoy it. And we're bringing much more. We're bringing balancing changes,
damn, she's got nice
quality of life changes, and accessibility changes to make the game that much more enjoyable to play, including
Sergeant, thank you for the 5 gifted,
man. Being released this season for everyone to enjoy.
A headshot arcade?
As with last year, we want to be fully transparent with what we do with the roadmap and any changes that we make. And these changes are actually informed by you, your voice and your feedback.
Operator.
That means this season we're delaying the Frost rework to Season 3 so that we can focus on the priorities that you mentioned to us when we announced this initial roadmap.
So Frost isn't getting reworked till next season.
Grim will be getting a buff this season, as well as the observation blocker being moved up to this season, Season 2 as well. For Frost, we want to make sure that you can play the Lab TS this season with those changes. There will be a dedicated spot on our 6 Fix where you can give us feedback for Frost.
I don't think we should rework Frost.
Fear is coming to Rainbow Six Siege. And I'm not talking about 20 seconds left on the clock, diffuser in hand. What do you do, Fear? I'm talking about this.
Get that motherfucker on Fortnite.
This is
Who the fuck was using the shotgun?
Is caught in the radius of Fenrir's FNAT Dreadmine.
Can y'all scope in?
Are you afraid yet?
Yo, what?
You should be.
Yo, is this Valorant? What is this? Purple smoke?
Fenrir brings a whole new way to undermine the attackers' advantages. One that's unlike anything we've seen yet in Siege. Next, you'll hear from concept artist Sunshine Kim about the design and creative vision of this unique operator. And then director of gameplay design Jeremy Carvant and game designer Dominic Clement will elaborate on the features that make Fenrir someone to be feared.
He throws out a purple. Ooh, he looked good. Why he look majestic?
Fenrir is designed by, once again, our character concept artist NJ Chutai, who previously worked on Grimm. Fenrir looks dangerous, somewhat frightening, but it's not reckless or evil. Since he's a scientist and a trained soldier at the same time, we really wanted to capture those two elements in the visual design. We explored light urban combat outfits for his general aesthetics, and something more advanced high-tech equipment that could be a focal point of his design. In this case, his neck color slash mask that gives him immunity
what color
to his
is his
gadget.
Johnson?
Keeping the rest of the design more grounded, we allowed certain room for fantasy on his gadget that can really show the character both combat and lab environment at the same time.
So when our team started to work on Fenrir, we found interesting information about military scientists conducting researches around psychochemicals. They were looking for ways to fight enemies with cloud of gas that can impair the brain and send a subject into a state of delirium. So Fenrir's device is a diffuser of psychochemicals. When it's activated, the metallic casing opens. When it detects the presence of hostile, a gas is sprayed. When opponents are under the influence of this chemical, their brains are affected, their perceptions are clouded, and their field of view are affected with hallucinations. Because of the nature of this character, we built this scary-looking device. Fenrir works with chemicals, so the casing is corroded, creating this skull that became part of his identity. When it triggers, 2 glowing eyes are watching you while you are slowly sinking into the obscure universe.
Yo! Oh my god.
So Fenrir joins Rainbow as the mastermind of the defense.
He's a
Okay,
unique
Dominic,
trap
I see you.
operator that
That's
can
drip.
truly adapt
I like
and
the
redirect
sweater,
his own
Dominic.
utility
That is
to the
drip.
ever-changing flow of a round. So Fenrir brings the FNAP mine. It's a throwable sticky gadget
how many
that
does
can
he
be deployed pretty
have?
much everywhere.
5?
Once it's deployed and it's activated, it can be
has
triggered by an
5?
attacker that walks in its line of sight. Once it's triggered,
Once you're in.
the mine will release
Oh
a toxic
my
cloud.
god.
Everyone standing in it will be affected by the effect,
What about
which we call the
Fenrir?
fear effect.
Does Fenrir
In
get
short,
affected?
the fear effect is essentially a
No, but does
opaque bubble
Fenrir
around
get
you
affected?
that limits your
Because if he
visibility
doesn't get
range
affected,
to a few meters. Past
Does
that,
he get
it's
affected?
complete
Does
darkness.
anybody in the chat know?
So when the round starts, Fenrir has all of his gadgets in his pocket. And when they're deployed, they're basically inert. They don't do anything, and they're armored. So they can't be destroyed by bullets. They can only be destroyed by explosives.
Sledge,
Aside from
what the
being
fuck
there
are
and
you
looking
doing?
green, they really don't do anything. That is until Fenrir activates them with one of his the 3 codes. He has 3 codes and 5 gadgets. So he has less codes than actual gadgets, so he needs to be mindful of which one he's going
3
to activate and
codes?
which one he will remain armored. Because once they're activated, they open up and they're no longer bulletproof. So they're very vulnerable to bullets, lasers, and obviously explosives.
Bro,
Once
Chad, I'm
they're
gonna be
open
honest.
up, they mean business.
Chad, I'm gonna be
and it
honest.
means that
I
they
don't
can
think this is
triggered
gonna
by
be good.
attackers and affect them.
Unless Fenrir
So when you play
can
as
see
Fenrir,
through it.
your goal is
Because
to
if he
survive
can
as long
see
as possible.
through it-
So we made sure to give him
Yo.
a kit that will hopefully allow you to do so. If we look at the primary weapons, you have 2
Why he
options.
holding it like
First
that?
one is the MP7. A classic, really powerful SMG.
Ooh, MP7,
great for
I
close,
like it.
mid, and even long
I like
range,
it, MP7,
encounters.
okay.
So the second option is the SAS G12, which is a very strong, powerful shotgun.
Oh no, it's not
That
strong.
can deal a lot of damage in close range.
you use the sausage,
Perfect
you're
to
in
pair
silver,
with the
okay.
gadget, which essentially limits
better
the
try
visibility
to
of
use
the,
the MP7
attackers,
unless you're on
so you
canal
can
and
really
you wanna
get
use a
close and personal with this weapon and deal a lot of
He
damage.
can see through it.
Secondary
He
weapon, we
can?
have the Bailiff. It's a great secondary weapon that creates a lot of destruction for a pistol. Whether you pick the SMG or the shotgun, you'll be sure to
Whoa,
have
all right.
a tool in your
That
arsenal
gun had more
to
recoil than
reshape the
Kim
map in your
Kardashian
phase
on a
and set up
Saturday
your
night.
gadget the way you really want it.
We got to pull down a little
For
bit,
secondary
man.
gadgets,
Holy
we went
shit.
for gadgets that will really synergize well with the operator's main ability. The first one is barbed wires. The FNAT will
Barbed
reduce
wire,
the
always
visibility,
good, always
and
good,
the barbed
always
wire
good.
will slow them down.
Barbed wire is always good. Chad, is
His
this not some
other
Valorant
option
shit?
in terms of secondary
I feel
gadget
like this is
is
some
the
shit you
bulletproof
see in
cam.
Valorant.
Again, a great synergy with the gadgets because you can use the bulletproof
like
cam
this
to
is some shit
keep
you see in
watchful eye
Valorant.
on your FNAT, and you can also use the bulletproof EMPs to disable any pesky
Oh
attacker
my
drone that might be
God.
coming in to
Oh
destroy
my
your gadgets.
God.
So Fenrir
is
is a very
ridiculous,
flexible operator. It can
That
be
is
very
ridiculous,
useful for
man.
new players
That
as
is
much
ri-
as for very
Yo,
experienced
the
players.
recoil is crazy.
For new players,
Get that
if you don't want to
motherfucker
deal
in the
with
T-hunts.
having to manage and jungle
The
with
recoil
all
is
the codes,
crazy,
you
man.
can just deploy your gadgets, activate them, and play them like a regular
Bro, every
trap
time I see that
operator. If
MP7,
you want
I
to be a
think
bit
of
more
Fenrir,
advanced and kind of
but
trick
it's
the attack,
Fenrir.
you can really juggle with the codes, activate your gadgets when they need
So
to
he
be
can
activated,
juggle it like
deactivated them
that.
to protect them, do
can
this
juggle
dance
that
of
shit.
the mastermind kind of controlling where
Hey, go,
the
good aim,
gadgets
good
are
aim, good
most
aim.
effective
Good
and
shot,
affect
Lucas.
as many attackers as you can.
Dude, yo, Chad, I'll be
Keeping up
honest.
with the synergy between
This
the
operator
operators
has
and the
potential.
gadgets, you have
If he
a lot
can
of
see through
synergies
the
with
smoke,
other
that's
operators.
sick.
So like
They never
Melusi and
clarified
Clash,
that, though.
can
Unless
combine
I'm
their
tripping.
slowdown effect
Unless I'm
with the
tripping.
FNAT. They'll have their visibility reduced,
Look at that,
and also
look
they'll
at
be
that.
slowed down. So
Bro, it's
they
like,
might be
imagine
stuck in
comboing
this
that with
a bit
Melusi.
longer,
See that?
thanks to
See that combo? You combo that with
Combining
Melusi,
it with
bro?
other operators like
You're
Thorn
floating.
means that you can kind of catch these attackers in their moment of panic and hopefully deal them a lot of damage with these gadgets.
Dude, look at how
Another group of
Look at how
operators that are
scary
very
that is,
useful
dude.
with
Look at
Fenrir
how scary
is
that
the
is.
intel gathering operators like Valkyrie, like Pulse,
Dude, this guy's
like
got a
Solus.
nice beard. I
They're
like
all
this guy.
very useful operators that can really
Look at
collect
that, bro.
as much
Look
intel
at
as they
that,
can
Chad.
and share this intel
Look
with
at
Fenrir,
that, Chad.
so Fenrir can be more
Oh my
aware of which
God.
one of his gadget needs to be
Oh my
activated in order to
god.
be the most
Juggling,
effective.
juggling. This is sick.
Operators that
I like
can be
operators
a
like
bit more
this, bro.
sneaky could potentially get a bit closer to the victims
touch.
and
Boom, boom, boom.
give them a good scare, like, well, Kavera.
Kavera, are we aiming with our jump?
So if you have a Fenrir on
What
the
in
other team,
the fuck?
you have a couple options in terms of counter. The first one is the classic combo of IQ
So now
and
what
counter
happens if
that
Brava
can be,
hacks it?
brought to deal with these FNATs.
See, that's
So
thinking.
Finka is
What
another
happens
very
if Brava
interesting
hacks
counter.
it?
She won't
Chad?
completely remove
Chad,
the
what
effect,
happens
but
if
with her
Brava
nano boot,
hacks it,
she'll be
Chad?
able to kind of reduce the effectiveness of the fear
Yo.
effect, giving you more breathing room and more room to see around you and find hopefully cover.
Bro, you cannot see shit. Wow, it's literally just purple.
An interesting counter that you can bring is Mountain. Mountain can trigger them.
How does Mountain counter?
Provide cover for the rest of the team to come in and
Motherfucker,
destroy
that is
the
not a counter. That is not a counter.
Since he has the shield, the visibility reduction is like not the end of the world.
Who made these
He's still protected.
Who made these heroes?
And finally, you
been in
have
silver?
Twitch and Zero that can be brought to hunt down all the activated FNAF and zap them with their lasers.
Twitch is goaded.
We can't wait to see the strategies and
Twitch is goated.
big brain plays that will
Twitch
come up
is
with
so
Fenrir.
good for this.
He's really an operator that can play with collecting information and removing information from the attackers. So we can't wait to see players run around activating, deactivating their FNAF and scaring attackers throughout the next season.
What in the fuck?
We've seen your excitement about the upcoming map rework for Consulate, and now we want to give you more details on the renovations and updated bomb sites. And by we, I mean team lead world Jeremy Dowsett.
Come on, Jeremy, take us on a journey, Jeremy. Jeremy, take us on a fucking journey.
Consulate is one of our original maps. It's 8 years old. It was old technology.
It's absolutely
it needed
dog
to be
shit.
brought up to a level that we expect from our maps. New destruction, new walls, everything's up to the new 2.0 standard. So we can actually iterate upon it and we can actually fix bugs and issues much, much easier. We've gone top floor all the way down, and even out to the spawn points. This map is a very, what we'd call a heavy rework. It's a massive overhaul of everything, from the ground up, exterior in. Everything's been touched. It's gonna feel the same.
Now do this with every map, and then we have a good game.
Everyone knew that there was a problem with
Consulate. We have a game where you can leave the spawn and not have an anxiety attack, okay?
So
that's what we need.
No, that's what we need. Sites from the building to the spawns.
See, I like that.
We've made it more comfortable.
What about that window in the top? What about that window in the top left?
And actually get into the building. So what we've done is we've looked at all of the lines of sights, i.e., all of the windows, all of the doors, anything that looks
why are we breaking the glass?
Is this? And in certain cases, we've actually either put a blocker on the window, say some scaffolding, or we've actually removed the window or blocked it permanently. So anyone that was used to looking out towards garage and getting a cheeky angle,
cheeky
fucking
angle, mate.
If you
that angle was absolutely
you're gonna have to work
Look
an
at this.
awful lot harder for
Yo!
There's a new set of stairs, yellow stairs that go all the way up, which aids in navigation, especially if you need to switch between floors.
What
the biggest change that players will notice is the exterior wall on the balcony. So you can actually hold the balcony and actually play.
Oh, you know people are going to run out of there.
The attack and
that is going to be the most common run out in the game. Now. You know people are going to...
A lot of things have changed on the first floor.
Caveira revealed your position and you're running in the objective.
There's
Alright, let's get you on Fortnite.
Which is actually a bomb
Caveira
site.
revealed your position and you're running in the
objective.
objective.
Bomb site on the first floor. Entrance lobbies changed.
And Caveira dies.
Spiral stairs, you're still going to recognize it. It's the same, but refreshed. A lot more cover and a lot lot ways to actually approach the bomb site. It's less open.
Good.
It plays much nicer than it did before.
This is cool.
Everyone loves to hate garage. The smoke plant was everything. Every time you watch this map get played in Pro League, when it was in Pro League or in Ranked, you know what's going to go down. They're going to plant behind the truck.
Now, is this a bomb site still? Yes or no?
And they're just going to hold it all the way out on the exterior, and you're not going to be able to counter them. Now you actually have to enter through a new room to get into garage to the bomb site to actually be able to plant.
There you go,
This means you can't hold it from the outside, so you have to enter the building. Same thing if you're attacking from server side. There were lots of lines of sight, and they would hold on a really long angle. We've looked at the angles, and we've cut them all down.
We cut them down. What does that mean?
The bombs are in different places.
Oh, it's closer.
The garage changed with the big new entrance.
Wait, wouldn't this site be easier to attack now?
There's a doorway to the side of it now that goes to yellow stairs.
Wouldn't this site be easier to attack now?
It's always nerve-wracking for the team, who did an exceptional job. It looks amazing. The artists
Isn't this
were
site
great.
easier
The
now?
lighting
Just
looks
run a
great.
Monty
I think the
and
players
play
going to love it. So like Nighthaven, you can't ban Consulate. We want the players to be able to experience the new map, the new navigation, and the hard work of the team.
What?
In Siege, all it takes is one bullet. And to help you make each bullet count, the shooting range is continuing to evolve. Associate Game Director Christopher Budgeon is here to tell you more about the new features, including a destructible surprise.
Okay. Let's check Atidia.
We've been very happy and pleased with the reception of the shooting range and our constant quality of life updates. Now, in Operation Dread Factor, our Shanghai team is bringing our largest update yet. The aiming lane allows players to practice through play, whether they want to customize the movement and speed of different targets for the shooting range, so you can test recoil and damage directly in an in-game situation. You can create customized setups if you want to adjust the speed, movement, or the distance options of different sets of targets. Now you can master your reticle management. And
this is literally aim labs! Let's go!
Without having to leave the shooting range.
Oh, I'm about to be the best controller.
What we really want to do is allow players to get their hands on their favorite weapons and their customized loadout and put that directly to use so they can train and improve their skills in the shooting range. While we were really happy to bring the aiming lane for Season 2, we're actually bringing one extra thing as well. We're bringing a destructible wall into the damage lane. Destruction is really important in Siege, and so allowing players to test how much destruction a weapon will do versus the damage that it creates is a new variable that players can choose to determine their ultimate loadout. Practice creating rotations or making lines of sight.
Are we recoiling
or even
to the
check
sky
what the
right
damage
now?
fall off is when you're using your weapons through a soft wall. We're really
Rosito got
happy
more
to have
recoil than Ice
destruction
Spice.
right there in the shooting range.
From golden guns to headshots only, arcade game modes are a fun way to flex your Siege skills. And in Operation Dread Factor, we're introducing the permanent arcade playlist. For the full breakdown, let's go to game designer Robert Cole.
A permanent arcade playlist? That is good.
We are super excited to finally bring you the new permanent arcade playlist, and you can get your hands on it coming in Season 2. We wanted to give a place for players to actually play and enjoy all these arcade game modes that we've released throughout the years. But we also felt like all these game modes deserve a place to be permanent inside the game. And we will release with a list of 5 arcades. So now you will be able to, from the menu, jump directly into a queue for all these crazy and fun arcade game modes. Or you can even go to custom match and create your own lobby with your own friends. We are releasing with arcades like Golden Gun, in which your only weapon is the Golden Desert Eagle. Or even Headshot Only, a game mode in which the only way to kill your opponent is actually with a headshot. Or even Snipers Only, a game mode in which everyone is using Kali's sniper rifle. We're also moving TDM, or Team Deathmatch, back into the arcade playlist, because we feel like it fits better in here. And if you were paying attention, I mentioned 5 arcade game modes. And that's because we're taking the chance to release a brand new arcade called Free For All.
Free For All!
You probably guessed it. It's you versus everybody else. No teams, pure chaos. You will jump directly into a map versus 9 other people, and you will have to fight your way to victory.
Free For All!
So now players will be able to warm up and have fun without restrictions in these alternative ways of playing Rainbow Six, without actually worrying whether or not they will be removed from the game. So yeah, have fun with your friends in this new arcade playlist.
A new gadget is coming in Operation Dread Factor.
New gadget?
You got a glimpse of it during the 6th
New
Invitational,
gadget?
and now it's time to see, or not see, what's up with the observation blocker. Technical designer Sergi Ledesma from our Barcelona studio is here to teach you all about it and share a balancing update for Grim.
Observation cocker or blocker?
Intel gathering is one of the core pillars of the Siege experience. We want to reinforce this gameplay by giving defenders more tools to deny information to the attacking team. That's why this season we're releasing this new secondary gadget, the observation blocker.
Oh, the blocker!
Okay. It's deployed on the ground.
What the
fuck? A digital barrier that blocks vision through.
Oh no, this shit is Valorant!
Forcing them to drone more aggressively and giving more opportunities to defenders to destroy those drones. Defenders choosing this secondary gadget will start with 3 on the clock,
No,
so
what
they will
the
be able to
fuck
cover
is
large
this?
portions of the map.
This is the craziest
When
shit
it comes
yet.
to synergies, the
What
gadgets can be
the
used in
fuck?
combination
That is
with operators such as
overpowered!
Saint, Maestro, or Melusi to
I
hide
can
valuable
see
pieces
you,
of
but
utility.
you can't see me? What is
For
this,
example,
some Star
with
Wars
Maestro,
shit?
you're going to be able to hide your evil eyes behind
That
an
is some
observation
force
blocker
field
and
shit,
gather information
bruh.
and shoot with a camera without getting
What
your
in
gadget
the
exposed to
fuck?
drones. It can also be used to defend strong positions.
No,
You could, for instance,
actually, what?
place a
No,
deployable
that's
shield,
overpowered.
a couple of ADSs
No,
on the
no,
wall,
chat, that's
place some
actually
traps,
overpowered.
and hide the entire
No,
setup
chat,
behind
that's
an observation
actually
blocker.
overpowered, chat.
Attackers won't
That's
know what
actually
threats are hidden
overpowered.
behind this gadget, so they will have to either reach their drones, find a way to destroy the gadget,
No, that's
or
OP.
pick themselves without
Bro,
enough
you
information
can't
to win
see
the
him!
gunfight. The gadget can be destroyed
No,
by
nerf
bullets,
it, nerf it,
explosions,
nerf it.
or even be hacked by
Oh
Bravo.
my god,
so
please
defenders
nerf it.
will have to find
Please
safe
nerf it,
positions for it
guys.
to be useful during the
Guys,
round.
please nerf it.
With the gadget
Guys, do
gameplay,
not let this
attackers
get
will
into the
have to
ranked
drone
games.
smarter and with more precision to gather the information
Bro,
they
you
need to win
can
the round.
literally...
The addition of this new secondary gadget will create new gameplay
Oh, it's
interactions
only
in the
for
Intel gathering
observation
experience,
tools.
and will also give the
Oh.
defenders more flexibility when it comes
it's
to
only
assembling
for
their team
drones.
compositions.
I'm an idiot.
Grim hasn't received as much playtime as we would
It's
like.
only for
I think the main reason is how hard it is
observation.
to apply the effect
Okay,
onto the
got it.
defenders. We want to buff him to make his gadget more reliable and impactful.
Ooh, that was
And to do
nice.
so,
More
we will release 2
reliable.
updates.
That was
the
clean.
First one
That was
coming
good.
this season, and the second one later
Reliable.
in the year. From now on, the deployment sequence of his gadget will be much faster. So as soon as the projectile sticks to a surface, the beast will be released shortly after. We are also increasing his area of effect, so the beast will stick to more defenders. Additionally, we are doubling the duration of the beast,
so it's
the area will
longer,
be denied for
pause.
much longer. We're also improving
It's
his
longer,
loadout.
though?
He's going to be receiving the bailiff as a secondary weapon and the hard breach edge as a secondary gadget. These new tools of destruction will help him create new lines of sight for his gadget to be useful. This set of gadgets will make him more reliable, effective, and versatile. We have more changes under investigation for this operator, so you can expect more improvements during the year.
Whoa, Dom! Oh my God, Dominic.
It's time for an
Dominic.
accessibility update for Consulate.
Console!
Controller layouts are coming. Associate producer Jane Gonchar from our Keep Studio has more.
What? Accessibility?
As you may know, we want to level up playing field for PC and console players, and new additional controller layouts are important stepping stones on the way to full controller customization. We have already several of them in the game, but the new one we are introducing are a step above and beyond, centered around tackling some difficulties that might cause discomfort for players when using the controller.
The bumpers.
Players who felt that some actions were taking a toll of
AJ,
their
let's get
hands
you in the T-Hunts.
might find this feature is a way to increase comfort. Other players might find a way to play game differently. Working with current
Why is the bailiff
layouts
in his hand?
already helped us
What's going
shape
on?
the final vision for full controller
You can remap your
remapping.
binds.
We will continue to iterate on the feedback we gather to ensure that final product will meet the highest industry standard and provide our console
Bro, so you
players
can
the
remap
best
your
experience
controller.
possible.
You can remap your
Next
controller.
up, we've got a new feature coming to match replay. The free camera option will give you more flexibility over how you view and show off your replays. Creative director Alexander Karpazis is back with the full update.
Is that Tachanka?
Free camera for match replay is coming to Siege, and this is a new perspective of spectating matches. This breaks from the top-down view or the first-person view of the game. And now you have complete freedom to move around the map as a camera, to inspect things that you never saw before, and to see strategies from a whole new light. The goal of FreeCam is to provide players with the tools necessary to review their match, to review the strategy. No matter where you are, you have the freedom to move around that map and inspect those details that you missed before. This means that the next level of FreeCam in a future update will be an update to the HUD, so you can also hide it as well. This would be a fantastic tool for creating content. This means that you can set up the camera that you want, the capture and performance that you want, so that you can create that amazing video that you've always dreamed about creating inside of Siege. In Season 2, we're bringing a quality of life update too, for everybody who enjoys playing squads. We're providing squads the opportunity to vote when the squad's ready to jump into the next fight, and the squad leader will instantly be able to move them into that next matchmaking phase straight from the after action.
Got it.
This isn't the only quality of life improvement we're doing in this season. We spoke at the SI about interactions with gadgets and
gadget
that,
interactions,
and we're delivering with the first step, which is the diffuser pickup, making it more generous and more intuitive in order to pick up that gadget, and providing the option to players whether or not they want automatic pickup or a prompt to pick it up. The future means that we'll be bringing these improvements to other gadgets as well. And like we promised at SI, the idea of putting down your gadget, picking it up, and even throwing it will be on the roadmap for future updates.
Operation Dread Factor is coming to the season test server next week. Get a first look at Fenrir, his fear-inspiring gadget, and the reworked Consulate map.
Wait,
and remember, whether you're on the
when
test
is the new
server
season?
or in the live game, reporting issues you encounter to R6 Fix will get you a chance to earn some extra rewards. That's all for our show today. Thanks for watching.
That's it? That is good. That is good. Yo, that is actually good. 2 elite skins, balancing update, gadget interaction, seasonal event. Dude, I thought that observation tool, bro, I thought that observation tool was like you